Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. That's somebody else's shtick, and you might just need to be a little more patient. It's Lost in the Midcard. Here we are in a new era of professional wrestling, the era of Punk, the summer of Punk, so to speak. We are here. This is a special show, a shorter show. I got some stuff to do. I got some things some places to be. So we're gonna make it short and sweet this week. We're gonna talk about the glorious debut of CM Punk on Rampage last Friday. We'll talk about Dynamite as that just occurred right before we started recording, and we'll talk about SummerSlam and Takeover as well. And so you can hear the podcast version of this show just by searching for Lost in the Midcard. Look for that thing that says new feed with that, and subscribe to that. And that way you can hear the podcast version at any time. That's going to be our new feed going forward that we're able to upload through. So make sure you are subscribed to that new feed. And as always, we're on the YouTube as well. Make sure to give us a subscribe, give us a little orange casty thumbs up, give us some comments, share the videos. We appreciate you as we try to increase our subscriber count on YouTube as well. The links to that are on our website, litmcpodcast.com, or you can go to facebook.com/Lost the Midcard, or our Twitter page, LITMC Podcast. I gotta upload, or I gotta fix our links there though. Our podcast links are outdated there, but as we switched over to a different a host for the podcast side of things, but you can pretty much get your podcasts anywhere. I know Pocket Casts and Spotify and iTunes are all available there. So pretty much anywhere you can get your podcast, or of course YouTube, you can give us a listen. I am your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
A little under the weather today.
Yeah.
Food I ate for lunch did not agree with me, and been rocking some stomach issues all night. I've been trying to lay back and try to chill out as best I can. I don't feel great, but I don't feel like I can't sit here and talk to you fine people for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're gonna rock this show out as best we can. It ain't, like JB said, it ain't gonna be a super long show today, but it's a show nonetheless. And
yeah.
Important stuff to talk about. It was too important to skip. So,
this guy behind me created a stir on Friday night. Rampage, second ever Rampage episode emanating from Chicago. The First Dance. Everybody and their dog sold. The show sold out without even knowing who was going to be there, but we all knew who was going to be there. It just wasn't announced who was going to be there. The show kicks off, and immediately a gigantic CM Punk chant, along with some static and Cult of Personality, and some thunderous ovation. Holy shit, was it loud? And then you thought it was loud, and then Punk arrives on stage, and it just ramped up even better. If you watch BTE, or maybe saw the video footage on Bleacher Report as well, the backstage of when Cult of Personality hit and the pop, and then Punk, that for me, I thought that was pretty cool. AEW also released a little bit of a behind the scenes look at Punk's debut as well. Some behind the scenes footage, as well as kind of a from the truck perspective as well for Punk's debut. So it's pretty cool to watch as well. Matt, that was even before we went to commercial break, that was just a tremendous moment in professional wrestling, wasn't it?
Oh, it was incrediable, and I feel like I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, me too.
Since then, those are the type of moments I look for as a wrestling fan. Just the emotional investment and everything that came from that. It was just it was magical, man. I don't know how else to say it other than it was magical, because it was I don't think it could have been any more perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just that crowd and his reaction, and just it was the perfect storm of everything.
Yeah, it was just so crazy and thunderous, and when you think a crowd can't get louder, and then he gets on stage and it gets louder, and he sits there for a moment on his knees and takes it all in and gets back on his feet, and the crowd pops again and does a stage dive into the crowd, and it was pretty nuts. Frank the Clown was at ringside there, along with another guy that's always at like WWE events. I don't know.
Brock Lesnar guy.
Brock Lesnar guy. Yeah, Brock Lesnar guy with Frank the Clown, and it was crazy, and they went to a commercial break, a 90-second commercial break. Like a sports key to Kev Callum. He was in attendance. He said all they did was just replay Cult of Personality, and that was it. And came back from break, and Punk again taking in just some gigantic cheers. And first thing he says out of his mouth, "You know how to make a kid feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh." But putting over the AEW talent already, Matt.
I think it's one of the reasons why he's there.
Yeah. And he's constantly been putting over the AEW talent ever since he has gotten there in his media scrums. And of course, tonight on Dynamite, his Dynamite debut, putting over more talent of guys he wants to face and work with in the future. We're going to get a Punk and Jungle Boy match down the line. Damn, that'll be good. Fucking Punk and Ray Phoenix. Oh boy, look out, man. Punk saying that they're winging this, and I think even Tony Khan said it prior to going live. He said this is not going to be your traditional format of a Rampage. We don't, there's not going to be a format for this show, and so they basically kind of played it by ear on how long this would go and what Punk would say and what we would do. And Punk said, there was a sign that said it, 2,766 days. That was the last time Punk was in a professional wrestling ring. It was the 2014 Royal Rumble where he entered first, lasted over 49 minutes. Got down to the final four, then got tossed out. Punk said that he has heard for 7 years, saying, "I heard you multiple times." And Punk said, "We can't cover it all here right now, but the good news is he's got time. He's got Wednesday, Friday, 4 Sundays or Saturdays a year. I've got time. I ain't going anywhere." And the crowd popped for that. Punk said, if any of his personal choices made you feel disappointed or let down, he understands. He's talking to just anybody, fans and anybody in the back, and says that he tried to understand that he was never going to get healthy physically, mentally, or spiritually, or emotionally by staying in the same place that got him sick in the first place. Of course, talking about WWE. Punk says, "Oh, wait, it's getting hot in here." Takes off his coat, and oh, look, we got some CM Punk merchandise. By the way, 72 hours in, broke the Bone Soldiers Bullet Club record on PWTs. That's with a Shop AEW going down on Friday. In arena sales were said to have topped over 200,000, and that might be a small estimate. That might be a low estimate from what I've heard as well. Matt, you got yourself one.
I did. Took me a long time, but I finally was able to order one.
For those in Chicago, you could have got the "I Was There" shirt. Punk said, "Can I tell you a story?" And sits down cross-legged, just like he did for the pipe bomb. That drew a nice pop. And Punk had mentioned that August 13th in 2005 was his last match in Ring of Honor, and he had tears in his eyes. It was a place where people could work, get paid, learn their craft, and love professional wrestling. And he cried because he said he knew he was leaving a place he loved and was going to a place where it was not going to be easy for a guy like him. Punk said that on August 13th, 2005, he left professional wrestling, and then he stood up and said, on August 20th, 2021, "I'm back." I mean, it's not a false statement, Matt. August 13th, 2005, he went to Sports Entertainment.
Yeah, WWE doesn't want to be called pro wrestling. So, hey,
the official press release of that's all it said. I'm back. The official press release.
It was the Michael Jordan thing.
Yep, exactly.
That's what he did when he returned to the Bulls.
Exactly. So. He talks about there's a lot of young talent that he wished he was surrounded by 10 years ago. There's a lot of talent there now that he wants to work with. And there's a lot of scores he wants to settle in that locker room as well. I wonder what kind of anybody come to mind with scores he wants to settle, Matt? Anybody come to mind?
Well, Colt Cabana immediately comes to mind, but you don't know where they stand.
Yeah.
We do know they were both in the building tonight. Like I said, I don't think Colt was there on
Friday
at the United Center show,
yeah.
But he was there tonight. Or at least you would think he was there tonight.
I heard
the Dark Order vignette. So
I heard the entire roster was there Friday. I heard the entire roster.
Why wasn't Colt Cabana used on a dark match?
Mm.
In his hometown in the United Center.
I don't know.
Why didn't they use him on an episode of Dark?
Unless that's bad information.
I'm gonna say that he was not there. Because to me, if he was there, you burn him out. You burn him out on an episode of Dark beforehand.
Punk says he's back for the young guys and yells Darby Allin. That drew a big pop. Of course, everybody expects that to be his first match. There's Darby Allin in the rafters with Sting. And he talks about how Darby's crazy and tough and does a lot of dangerous things, but there's nothing more dangerous than getting in the ring with CM Punk in Chicago, and says that he'll see Darby and he'll see Sting and everybody on September 5th at All Out. I'm back. And music plays. Oh, wait, 1 minute. Wait, 1 minute. For everybody in attendance, free ice cream bars. I love that sign tonight, Dynamite, that guy had with the ice cream bar taped on the sign. I forgot what it said, but it was pretty good.
So I went to AEW Rampage, and
all I got
at the United Center, all I got was this ice cream bar or something along those lines.
Yeah. It was a magical moment, wasn't it, man?
It was. That's the word I used earlier. I don't know how else to describe it. Honestly, it was a magical moment that will be remembered for a very long time.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's great. Punky, it looks like he's not going to be a part timer either. He looks like he's going to be around for the duration.
No, he's definitely not part time.
We get into some wrestling. The Tag Team Eliminator, Private Party, and Jurassic Express had a pretty good match with the Young Bucks sitting on a chair on the stage. Jurassic Express moves on there. No surprise. They will move on. Jade Cargill, Kara Hogan, pretty much a squash match. Jade Cargill staying undefeated. And then John Moxley, Daniel Garcia. For a short match, I thought it was a good match. I thought Daniel Garcia got some good stuff in but in the end, Moxley choking out Garcia with the bully choke. And then after the match, 2.0 and Garcia attacking Moxley and Kingston. Darby and Sting make the save, and we call it a show. I mean, basically, it was all about Punk, and then the rest of it was just kind of, there to fill the hour, right, Matt?
Yeah, and I think they honestly just say go out and take all the time you need, and we'll adjust match times accordingly.
Yep.
And really, only one match of the three was of any real substance, so they turned the other two into squash matches essentially.
Yep.
I mean, they gave Mox and Garcia a little bit of time, but
not much. It was like
Jade
5 minutes.
Well, compared to Jade and and Hogan, they gave it a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. And so then we head into Dynamite tonight. Kick things off with a pretty good match, I thought. Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy. Pretty entertaining. Everybody, Orange Cassidy doing his thing. Matt got busted open somehow.
it was from the crossbody.
Yeah.
Orange took it too high and landed on his face. So I think he broke his nose.
I loved when Orange did the Jeff Hardy senton on Matt, though. I thought that was kind of funny. Orange Cassidy getting the win there. Malachi Black cutting a promo saying he will allow Brock Anderson to walk out of the ring and take the 10 count, or he'll get destroyed. Gee, what'll happen? Jericho comes out to announce what's next for Chris Jericho. Jericho challenging MJF to one more match. Jericho challenging him to one more match, and if he cannot win, Jericho will leave professional wrestling for AEW. He will stay in AEW.
He'll never wrestle in AEW again.
He'll still commentate for AEW, but never wrestle in AEW. He couldn't get MJF out at first when he called him out, but then when he said that announcement, that did bring MJF out. He initially declined, but then thought about it and thought about being the man to end Jericho was too much to not turn down, so he accepted Jericho with also with a shirt that said MJF 3 Jera Blow 0. I thought that was kind of funny.
Did not need this match at all out.
Nah.
Not even a little bit. Like this is like out of everything that they've announced for this show, that match to me, it's just like, yeah, did not need this at all. Not looking forward to it. If you wanted Jericho to get his win on MJF, you could have just had him do it last week. There was just, to me, there's no reason for this rematch other than to give Jericho his win back. And I don't know if this is going to be a match that's going to be well received by the crowd. I really don't.
We'll see. Obviously, Jericho has a Fozzy tour coming up, but look, no Wednesday dates. How about that? Pretty smart. Varsity Blondes taking on the Lucha Bros in the other half of the semifinals of the Tag Team Eliminator Tournament. Bucks, the Good Brothers, and that Stooge, the Stooge out there as well, Brandon Cutler. Also, no surprise that the Lucha Brothers defeated the Varsity Blondes here, so we get the Lucha Brothers and the Jurassic Express in the finals. Is the finals on Rampage this week, Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
So anybody who looks at the spoilers will know who's facing the Bucks by the end of the night.
Okay.
So
I didn't look at the spoilers. I'm hoping the Bucks.
Well, they're taping Rampage right now. So
I'm hoping the Bucks screw it up and it's a tag team triple threat inside the cage.
I would prefer that.
It won't be that way though.
But
it'll be Jurassic.
A lot of people think it's going to be the Lucha Brothers. I think it should be Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do.
I still don't think there's going to be a title change at All Out. I think Santana Ortiz win against FTR, and then I think they beat the Bucks at New York.
I hope FTR is working. Like, I hope this.
Yeah.
Look, I know the injury was serious, but I really hope this is a work. Like, I really hope like next week isn't like the last we see of FTR, because man, that would really fucking suck.
Yeah. Jamie Hayter with Britt Baker. I don't really get the addition of her with Britt Baker. I don't think Britt needed Jamie Hayter. Is it? Man, I don't know. I guess as a heel, it doesn't hurt to have a heavy, but because they're still wanting to go heel with her, obviously. I don't know. What are your thoughts on adding her to the mix?
I don't think she does anything for the group personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the only reason she's there is to eventually do a split between her and Baker so they can have a feud.
Had a horrible missed moonsault in this match too. No surprise.
I'm not like Red Velvet's just there for me. Like, I don't. To me, she doesn't do anything that makes me stand out. Like, there's a lot of other women on this roster a lot more talented than her.
Yeah.
So
no surprise, Jamie Hayter with the win there. After the match, they beat down on Red. Chris Statlander making the save. Obviously leading.
I'd much rather see Big Swole.
Yeah.
getting a push on Dynamite than Red Velvet, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Swole
I
was
think
getting nice momentum, and then she had that
Crohn's, I think.
with the Crohn's disease, and she's never been able to. I feel like she's never gotten her traction back
Well,
being away, and
I'm
I would like to see her get another shot on Dynamite.
I'm guessing this match is going to be go back to the line for Red Velvet here.
I would surely hope so.
We see that Dark Order is not getting along. Little rift between Uno and Silver and Alex Reynolds. Tony Schiavone out top hour 2 to bring out CM Punk. Yet another big pop for CM Punk. Punk once again listing all the young guys on the roster he would like to face, and then talks about Darby Allin. Punk talks about retiring the voice of the voiceless because there are people in the back that listen, and he now and the people have a voice. So there you have it, Matt. He keeps he's praise. He puts praise for Darby, saying how he's got heart. Punk says he's out to prove himself right, that he's still got it at All Out against guys like Darby Allin. And of course, when I think it was when Punk was asking if he could still go or something like that. I can't remember what the question was, but then the crowd starts doing Daniel Bryan yes chant, and then Punk drops that bombshell of that's somebody else's stick, and you just have to be a little more patient. So I guess Punk confirms that Bryan Danielson's all elite, huh, Matt?
You think?
That broke the internet a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the highlight of tonight's show.
So that was a good moment with Punk again. And next up, we get a promo from Miro, who is calling out Eddie Kingston. I'm not sure if that's going to be an all-out match or not, but damn, that'll be a good match between Miro and Eddie Kingston for the TNT Championship.
It damn well should be an all-out match.
Yeah, I think so. And then we get a trios match between Darby, Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and the Wingmen. With the Wingmen getting the win there. During the match, Danny Garcia came in and with a cheap shot on Darby when everybody was outside of the ring. We get a segment where Bunny's trying to get Tay Conti to join the Dark Order. She declines. Great segment, great video promo by FTW, or great segment by Kenny Omega, Don Callis, and Christian. I thought that was a pretty damn good segment. Of course, Kenny Omega asking Christian, "You think you know me?" That got some pops. And of course, everybody loves the Carney piece of shit line, don't we?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nope. So I thought that was a good segment with those guys. They beat up on Christian, and the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian, makes the save from there. And next up is we get John Moxley cutting a promo, talks about the contract he got from Japan, and Satoshi Kojima's name is on it. He says that he is insulted that this crazy old man wants to get in the ring with him in Chicago. This is the guy that teamed with Eddie Edwards not too long ago, and also they had a match together on Impact. So that should be a pretty good hard-hitting match between those guys. And the next match is another trios match, Gun Club. I think Austin Gunn might have been hurt or injured for a little some time. I know I saw on Twitter earlier today that it said that he was back. So I don't know if he'd been hurt for some time or whatnot. But Austin, Colton, and Billy taking on the Factory. Big Show on commentary. Then Big Show came down and kind of did a little distraction that allowed a roll up for the Gun Club to get the win. Dan Lambert being an asshole, because that's what Dan Lambert does best, right, Matt?
Yeah, he is. He is what he is.
uh,
You
hold on.
right?
Yeah, hold on. And next up, we get Arn Anderson interviewed. So Brock Anderson has his own locker room, huh? He's made the big time already.
It should have just said the Andersons or something like.
He's made it to.
I don't know what type of example it sets that Arn Anderson's son gets his own locker room backstage at AEW.
It's just like, hey, he's at the same status as Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
I acknowledge Malachi Black took his head off tonight.
Yeah. Bloodied up Brock Anderson pretty good there. I kind of like how I like Brock Anderson's entrance music. It's kind of a little remix of his dad's old theme. I like that. But yeah, old Brock got a good shot early on, but it didn't last long. And Black destroys Brock Anderson for the win. Afterwards, Black gets a chair. Arn Anderson jumps into the ring, and Arn says, "Be a man, put that chair down." So he does. And how about Arn Anderson blocking the Black Mass, but then he got kicked in the dick. But still, pretty.
I didn't like him blocking the Black Mass.
Yeah.
I did, like, dude, you're like in your fucking 60s. Like, that move shouldn't be. Dude's Malachi's been there for like less than 2 months, and some 60-year-old fucking blocking his finish. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
I see your point.
I thought the finish of the show felt pretty flat to me. Yeah. Because I figured them putting this in their slot, they were planning on something big happening, like Cody coming back, or
a lot of people thought Buddy Matthews.
I was gonna say, or maybe the debut of Buddy Matthews, maybe got out of his 90 days early. Like I like for that to be in the closing slot, I thought we were gonna get something. To me, there was a couple other choices. They could have closed with Punk. They could have closed with Cassidy and Hardy. They could have closed with Varsity Blondes and the Lucha Bros. Like I think there were better options on this show to close with. I think they made the wrong decision with what closed the show tonight.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's not on Black, and it's not on Brock. That's more on just Khan didn't structure the show right tonight. And look, it happens. Not like I said on Twitter tonight. Not every show is going to be a home run. It was still an enjoyable show.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't hate the show, and I didn't think it was bad by any means. But here's the thing: by AEW standards, it was just an ass show.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what AEW has done to us. They blow us away so many times that even when you have just a good, okay show, people are like, "Oh, that was disappointing."
Yeah.
No surprise. Where's our surprises? It's just
right. We can't have CM Punk every week.
You can't have that every week.
No.
I mean, it'd be great if you could, but it's just it's not possible. I mean,
that Punk entrance is pretty, that Malachi Black entrance is pretty damn cool on a regular stage, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I thought the entrance was awesome. I thought it was really cool in a stadium.
Yeah.
And very much enjoyed it.
Big Shotty Lee Johnson came out at the end of the show, and that'll probably set up another
that
match.
was just like, really, that's who you sent out? Like, come the fuck on. Just come on now.
What'd you think of SummerSlam? I think I gave it a solid 7, if I remember right, when I was doing the post show on Sportskeeda.
Maybe a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
To be honest, it would have been even lower without Lesnar at the end and the surprise of and the Becky surprise, and that would have been better had they handled it better.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But the show. Look, I was really looking forward to Cena and Reigns until the end of SmackDown Friday night, and then they went ahead and fucking ruined that. The show was just there. It wasn't. Look, we're talking about shows that weren't up to par. I didn't think SummerSlam was up to par. Like I expected a lot more from that show than what we got.
Yeah, because I mean they were making it seem like this was going to be the WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean they were definitely putting like a WrestleMania worthy hype train behind SummerSlam. To me, it just didn't feel like we didn't have a stage, which was really weird in a football stadium. I mean, I expect that when they do the baseball gimmicks, but to have a football stadium and not even give us like a WrestleMania type worthy stage, felt really fucking weird to me.
Yeah, and like half the time the director or Kevin Dunn probably they couldn't figure out what camera to go to half the time. It was like yeah, they were confused on what was going on. Big E beat bum ass Baron Corbin in the kickoff show. It looks like Corbin won some money in Vegas though. I said all along he should have hit the jackpot in Vegas or something like that and turn his luck around, but they didn't.
Yeah, they're running like a week-long storyline with him on Twitter. So
yeah, so I guess we'll see how Friday.
I guess it'll reach its conclusion by SmackDown. Yeah.
Yep. We kick off with tag team championships. No surprise, it was actually kind of short, only 7 minutes long. RK Bro, your champions. A great
definitely the right call to open the show.
Yeah, and because I mean everybody loves RK Bro.
Yeah,
it was one of the highlights on Raw on Monday. The celebration.
RK Bro is the highlight of Raw every Monday.
Period.
So they got rewarded for for being over as fuck. I don't have any issues with that.
No, I fucking love it, man. RK Bro is tremendous. Now, if Randy Orton rides to the ring on that scooter, I'm gonna lose my shit. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting that, pal.
In the category of why is this on SummerSlam, Alexa Bliss beat Eva Marie. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, though. What are you laughing at?
AJ just tweeted, wasn't expecting to hear my government name tonight.
April.
In response to the Punk thing.
Oh, speaking of which, I got her book in the mail today. I finally bought it.
Oh, that crazy is my superpower or something like that. Yeah. I've heard it's good. I know I've never read it, but
I don't know. Am I following her on Twitter? What's her Twitter handle?
The AJ Mendez.
Oh, I am. I'm pretty sure I am. That sounded familiar after you said that.
Yeah, she just tweeted like 20 seconds ago.
I wasn't expecting to hear my government name tonight. That's hilarious.
I'll give it a retweet on the LITMC podcast.
No surprise, Sheamus and Damian Priest brought it. I thought it was a hell of a match. A good call to put it on Damian Priest. Weird call to have him feud with Bobby Lashley now. I mean,
oh my god, dude, I'm nervous as fuck about that.
Unless they're shooting Damian Priest to the moon, and making him double champ.
To be doing that.
Unless they're making him double champ, I don't know what the hell they're doing here. I'm all for Sheamus maybe because Sheamus might be challenging Bobby Lashley. I'm all for that because Sheamus has been one of the most consistent wrestlers over the last 18 months. So I'm all for him being in that world title picture with the Bobby Lashley. It'll be a good match.
My thing is Priest has so much momentum going for him right now.
Yeah, he does not need to.
I don't want to see it be derailed right now.
Well,
in the feud with Lashley.
I think
if they wanted to do Priest and Lashley at SummerSlam, that would have been one thing. Now that he's got a championship, keep them away from each other.
As Raw went on, it almost seems like they shifted it over to Sheamus and not Priest.
Well, we'll see. They would have to do a lot to get Sheamus ready for Lashley. They would have to do a lot of repair in the fans' eyes to make that work.
Mysterios and Usos. It was a decent tag team match. Usos won. Matt got that one.
I never want to see a Mysterio face an Uso again for as long as I fucking live.
You'll probably get it on Friday.
You'd fucking die. I think we would have if the Mysterios would have won the tag titles back. I think the fact that the Usos successfully retained.
Don't count your chickens yet.
JB, I swear to God, this needs to be done. No more.
Don't count your chickens yet.
I never want to see an Uso face on Mysterio ever again.
Don't hold your breath yet. Friday's still coming.
split them in the fucking draft.
I wonder who's going to be on color commentary because Pat McAfee came down with COVID as announced today. So Pat will be away for at least 2 weeks. So probably Corey Graves, my guess. Just a random segment with Rick Boog, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Pat McAfee. I don't mind. I loved it. Then we got the whole Bianca stringing us along that she was still facing Sasha. But as Dave Meltzer said, WWE knew 8 days ago that Sasha was not going to wrestle at SummerSlam. So then they
advertised that fucker
all the way
up to the fact Bianca was in the damn ring.
Yep, all the way. And then they put it and then they replace her with Carmella, and people are like, again, and at SummerSlam, and again, and at least then Becky Lynch came out to a thunderous pop, but then it turned ugly. It turned ugly. Like, I guess maybe it turned ugly. I guess maybe that's what the WWE wanted, because it turned ugly. Becky Lynch wins in 27 seconds, winning the SmackDown Women's Championship over Bianca Belair. Turned ugly of how Bianca Belair was treated and tossed aside after that. And maybe that plays right into what WWE wanted, because according to reports, WWE actually wanted to have Becky Lynch as a heel. And according to
fucking insanity.
And according to Ryan Satin on Monday Night Raw, when they showed her picture on the montages for SummerSlam, she was getting booed. So maybe WWE succeeded with what they were getting there. Who knows? We'll find out. I don't know. Is she going to be on SmackDown Friday? I heard she may not be back until the MSG show.
No. Lynch and Lesnar are both going to be on Friday. There's no way they're not going to. There's no way they bring them both back at SummerSlam and they don't have them on SmackDown. That would be insanity.
I thought I read that she was not back until the Super SmackDown show.
That doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
No, I don't.
I would be stunned if that's what they choose to do. I think that would be beyond stupid. And if they do that even hurts them more.
Yeah.
Because if you do an out of sight, out of mind with her for a couple weeks and fans get over the thing from SummerSlam,
yep,
you have more of a chance of her being cheered when she comes back. So like that's not fucking intelligent either. And look, if she wanted to be a babyface, there was a really easy way that they could have done this and protected everybody. Dumb Carmella was already out there. Becky comes out, asks to make it a triple threat match. Bianca says okay. They ring the bell. Freaking Becky tosses Bianca out of the ring, hits the manhandle slam on Carmella.
Yeah.
And wins the championship. You protect Bianca.
Yeah.
You crush Carmella because she doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You get the same result of what you wanted, but you protect Bianca Belair. Yeah, which is really what everybody was upset about.
My theory was Becky was not supposed to be back until October. She's been out of the ring.
That's absolutely true.
She's out of the ring for 16 months. They don't want to take a chance and rush her into a lengthy match when she wasn't necessarily. She may not have been prepared.
They didn't even need to book her a match. Honestly, no. They could have had Bianca flatten Carmella in the same amount of time. And then they could have brought Becky out afterwards and had the face off.
And people would have been happy.
Been the same. Yes.
People would have been happy.
Still would have been the same happy reaction. Yay, Becky's back.
Yeah.
You didn't need to have her work a match. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't, like, sometimes this company they can't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
Like, they really fucking can't.
In a buildup that nobody really cared about, turned into a match that nobody really cared about. Drew McIntyre beating Jinder Mahal in 5 minutes. I
told you that match belonged on the kickoff.
Then this is about where the
probably would have gotten more time had it been on the kickoff.
Right. This is where the pay-per-view kind of turned around. I thought the Raw Women's Triple Threat was tremendous. I thought it was a really good match. Charlotte kicked ass in this one.
I don't think Nikki should have taken the pin here.
No.
Or the tap out per se.
Nope.
They've ruined this character in
a month time.
They're
They're gonna have her tag with Rhea now. She ain't gonna sniff the title picture for a long while, I bet, or for a while, if ever.
And if that's the plan, Rhea and Nikki as a tag team going forward,
I don't hate
why
it.
the fuck didn't you just let Rhea take the pinfall,
Right?
or the submission?
Right?
Like you did so much damage to Nikki this past month. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
I don't know how else to say other than, what the fuck?
But I mean, seriously, you should have had, you had a built-in perfection right here. You have Nikki ASH win the match. You got Batman versus Joker with Alexa Bliss, man. It's perfect. It's perfect. But no, we get Alexa Bliss in Charlotte, which is, it'll be good, and I like Bliss. I like Bliss a lot. So hopefully she'll win. Probably because Charlotte's title reigns don't last.
Of course, I was going to say, of course she will, because Charlotte doesn't hold the title for more than a month at a time.
Jesus Christ, man. Seth Rollins and Edge. Fucking great, wasn't it?
It's got to be match of the show, right?
Yeah. I actually, on the post show, I said 50-50 with Reigns and Cena because I thought Reigns and Cena was tremendous too.
I hated Reigns and Cena.
I did. I thought it was. I called it kind of.
I thought the last 5 minutes of Reigns and Cena were great. Everything up to that were trash. I did not like watching Super Cena wrestle the entire match by just trying to beat Roman Reigns as if this was a match for the 24/7 championship.
Yeah, well, he knew. He called his shit. He said it was going to be that way 2 weeks ago. So,
but it was terrible. Just because you say something doesn't mean you have to follow through with it. WWE never follows through with things they say. I did not like the match. I'd put the Raw Women's Triple Threat match ahead of Reigns and Cena. Like I said, the last 5 minutes of that match was great, but the previous 10 or so, or however long that match was total, didn't care for it at all. And the fact that Roman put that fucking stipulation on SmackDown ruined the entire match for me before the bell even rang.
Yep.
Because I totally was going into that match thinking, you know what? WWE petty as shit. I could totally see Cena winning this title, getting 17, the big middle finger to Ric Flair, and then Reigns wins the title back at Madison Square Garden.
Exactly.
And as soon as Reigns says, if I lose, I'm leaving WWE. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me? You seriously just fucking did that the day before the fucking pay-per-view?
He did.
And part of me wants to give WWE so much. Part of me wants to give WWE so much credit. I wonder if Roman went into business for himself.
He said that line?
Yes. I seriously wonder if they were thinking about putting the title on Cena and Roman went into business for himself on SmackDown. He went in the back and Vince's like, what the fuck, pal? And Roman's like, what are you gonna do now, bitch?
He painted he painted creative in a corner instead of creative doing it themselves.
You know what? I this is my first time saying it out loud, but I've thought that since he said it on Friday.
I didn't even think about that. I wonder
if he just wouldn't, because he's untouchable.
Right?
What are they gonna do to him? They can't do shit.
No.
If he decides that he's gonna fucking say that, you have to fucking alter your entire creative plans to appease Roman Reigns.
That's funny.
Because I've also heard that
it's such good shit.
The Brock Lesnar thing was a last minute deal.
Was it a CM Punk answer?
That's what the general idea. I heard that Brock deal came in together in like the final of 48, 72 hours before SummerSlam. Like that was a down to the wire thing. You notice they didn't even have a new shirt for Brock yet. Like they had new shirts ready for Becky.
Well, because she was probably going to appear on camera regardless.
Yeah, but I mean, still, they had shirts ready for Becky. Yeah. They didn't have nothing like Brock come out in fucking street clothes and looking like damn,
He looked like $1 million. He looked like $1 million fucking bucks is what Brock Lesnar looked like.
So yeah, dude, like I said, I know it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but there's something in me that wonders
funny. That's
if Roman literally went into business for himself.
I like it. Yeah.
And
I love
just
it.
Like when the back, if it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna do?
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do shit. You can't do shit. Guess I'm retaining the title tomorrow, Vince.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You acknowledge me.
I carry your fucking company, bitch. I don't care about your petty shit with Ric Flair.
if anything,
Woo!
Car Shield.
Woo!
My God, fucking Car Shield.
If any, I love that LA Knight's on a Car Shield commercial as a mechanic. If anything, go out of your way to watch Seth Rollins and Edge. I fucking love that Edge did a glam slam. Props to his wife, Beth Phoenix. That was awesome. Just a tremendous match. We knew it was going to be. We knew it was going to be a show stealer. Edge getting the win with a choke. How about that? Rollins tapping out. We got some time waster. This was pretty worthless outside of Xavier Woods' get up was awesome, but the Miz Morrison dripstick 2000 thing was stupid. But Xavier Woods dressed as Razor Ramon was fucking cool. I even said it. I go, you got this Wolfpack like New Day shirt. Woods should create a Wolfpack New Day with different guys, like they had the Wolfpack back in the day on the NWO. And, you should have. I just threw names off the top of my head. I said Wood should create a group, a Wolfpack New Day with Ricochet and Odyssey Jones.
Will you stop?
Why not?
No. The New Day is the New Day, and you don't need to be adding or taking away members. I just hope. I hope Kofi is going to be okay.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, no word on Kofi. Why he's
look. Anytime anytime the line is they're not cleared to compete now, my mind immediately goes to I'm thinking they got COVID.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Sasha had COVID. I'm assuming Kofi had COVID. Like I don't know that for a fact, but like in the time and the age that we're in right now, when somebody's not cleared to compete, your mind immediately goes there. You can't help it now. I mean, that's just that's just the way of the world. Unfortunately,
I'm gonna not be cleared to compete on Friday because I'm gonna be doing 2 nights of birthday drinking. Oh yeah, this is a birthday episode, baby.
My God, pal.
It's a birthday episode. This actually is going live on my actual birthday, which is interesting. We're recording after Dynamite. I'm gonna go out and have a few pop skis after this, do a little karaoke, and do the same thing tomorrow on my actual birthday. And yeah, I will be not cleared to compete on Friday. That's for damn sure.
Happy birthday, you freaking jobber.
What? Thank you. Bobby Lashley, Bill Goldberg. I thought it was good. It was a lot longer than expected. The whole kayfabe leg thing was a little disjointed at the end.
Fucking hated this finish.
Yeah, the finish was weird.
More than I could look. I actually thought they had a decent match.
Yeah, it was good.
And it went a lot longer than I expected them to, and it wasn't
7 minutes.
The 3-minute spear fest that that I expected.
Nope.
No,
it was good. I liked it.
The non-finish, like everybody's assuming that this means we're getting Goldberg and Lashley again in Saudi.
Yep.
And if that's the case, that means they got to restructure Goldberg's deal.
If that's the case,
or they need to take one of his matches off next year, because he's only got 2 more matches on his deal.
Yep.
And there's both supposed to be next year. So if he wrestles in Saudi in October, like I don't know if this is an additional like separate deal or if you're taking a match off next year or what. But
or it could be like an Undertaker contract where it's a 1-match contract just for Saudi.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Hopefully by Saudi, Big E takes that title off of Lashley, so it's not for the title.
I would actually be completely down with that if they wanted to do that way. Because I don't mind Goldberg around when he's not fighting for the fucking title.
Yep. I liked Gage getting putting a sleeper hold on Bobby. I did not expect that at all.
I liked Gage getting his ass beat. I like that.
Child abuse.
Look, that fucker has shown 0 interest in being in that crowd since Goldberg's been back this run with Lashley. He looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. He wishes he was on TNT watching AEW, and he's just like, I don't want to watch this fucking WWE shit. And so I was happy to see Lashley beat the piss out of him.
Give him a little monkey flip into a hurt lock. I liked it. I liked that Gage involvement. That was pretty cool. And then the main event, John Cena, Roman Reigns, I thought was a damn good match.
I've already given my thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was a damn good match. I called it a coin flip between Edge and Rollins in this match for match of the night.
I would say it's not even close.
And Roman Reigns gets the win there. Some good near falls and everything there. And Roman Reigns standing on top of Cena, getting ready to do the "You Can't See Me" when Brock Lesnar's music hits. And I think Brock got a bigger pop than Becky, only because I think everybody was expecting Becky in that spot, but nobody saw Brock coming. And woof, dude looks fucking insane shape, man.
And I think there was a potential for Becky to have a bigger pop had they not immediately killed the crowd,
killed the mood,
bringing out Carmella.
Yeah,
I think it was hard. Like as happy as those fans were to see Becky back, it was kind of hard to get all the way back up.
Yeah,
from being at the epitome of the lowest they could get by having to see fucking Carmella.
Yeah.
So. Look, people ate up Cena and Reigns in the building. So they were already hot, following that match. So it's no surprise that Lesnar got the bigger pop. And Lesnar was more the genuine surprise because, like I said, like that was a last second come together deal.
Yep.
They wanted people talking.
Yep.
Coming out of SummerSlam. They wanted to try to defuse some of the CM Punk momentum. You can argue if it worked or not. I don't think it did. I think the Punk train is still going and hyping. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm Vince. Hearing about CM Punk.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled.
Yeah, there is no countering CM Punk. There is literally no one
and by all means try, because Bryan Danielson's being added to the equation in a few weeks, possibly as early as All Out.
You might as well just write the graphic up, because Phil spilled the beans tonight. That was a funny off the cuff moment tonight. That was just fucking great.
Fucking loved it.
Oh my!
I wonder if Tony was a bit irked.
Punk's untouchable. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, of course I know he's untouchable, but still, I wonder if Tony's like, when Punk came back to Tony's like, "Fuck, what are you doing?"
It's another worst. It's another worst kept secret. Come on. Tony's all about the worst kept secret.
I would not be surprised if he returns it All Out instead of Arthur Ashe. I wouldn't be surprised if they move it up. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to have Punk and Bryan wrestling in matches at Arthur Ashe. So you bring Bryan in All Out.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And you have both Punk and Bryan wrestling separate matches on the card.
Yeah.
On Dynamite on Arthur Ashe, and just load that fucking show.
Yep. Maybe bring Adam Cole in there too, baby. Latest on Adam Cole.
We're gonna find more about that real damn soon.
Yeah, we're not doing any headlines tonight because I got to get out of here like yesterday. But we're not doing any headlines. But Adam Cole's contract expires Friday. Yep. Some more to come. And of course, there's no non-compete because his contract expired, so he's free to go on Saturday. He could wrestle for NWA on Sunday if you want to.
Oh my God! Could you imagine Adam Cole showing up at NWA 73?
Right?
Please don't do that, Adam Cole. Please don't do that, baby.
NXT Takeover was tremendous, I thought.
Very good show, and if it was the last of its kind that we ever get,
end of an era,
they went out with a bang.
End of an era, just like Undertaker and Triple H. End of an era. LA Knight, Cameron to the moon. LA Knight, Cameron Grimes was tremendous. I loved DiBiase's involvement.
Fucking pissed what they did with that on Tuesday.
I did not watch NXT yet, so.
All right, I'll refrain. We'll talk about it. We can talk about it later.
Yeah,
let me just say, wasn't fucking happy.
Okay. Yeah, I've not watched NXT yet, so.
You didn't miss much, to be fair. NXT was very missable on Tuesday.
That's what
Dynamite was a better show.
I was just doing that and Zoom popped up with a bubble saying, "Are you playing music?" Yeah, that was some music right there.
That was special.
Yeah. So Cameron Grimes gets the win, wins the $1 million belt. Ted DiBiase celebrating with him. It was fun. A good match. Great opener. Great choice for the opener.
Dummy.
Yeah. To open that match. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, I thought was pretty good too. Jesus. Dakota Kai was like a lawn dart for Raquel Gonzalez all throughout that match, wasn't she?
Oh,
She got yeeted a few times, as the kids would say.
oh, she's so freaking tiny.
Yeah, it's true. But that was a good match too. I liked it. Raquel retaining. Dakota with some very pink hair. Holy crap. But that was a tremendous match, I thought, with those two girls. Then we got probably match of the year, if not definitely match of the night, but got Walter and Dragunov, man. That's going to be hard to top for match of the year in NXT, isn't it?
I would certainly say so. I think it's going to be hard for many companies to top that match.
To top October's match. But to be fair, October's match was so fucking long. It was over 40 minutes. So you shave time off, you refine it, and still make it better. And that's kind of what they did at TakeOver. And God, Dragunov's offense is just like, I don't give a fuck, you know. He just fucking launches you. And props to Walter, because he sells it so good. He's so much bigger, but he'll sell a suplex, a DDT. He'll sell all of his offense like Dragunov's equal size to Walter. And God, it was just a fucking God. Some of those slaps, man, I don't think I've heard a sound like that in my life. They were insane. And then on top of that, fucking Walter tapping out. Did you see that coming?
I did not. That was definitely shocking.
Fucking Dragunov literally just grabs Walter by the neck into a sleeper to reapply the sleeper hold, and Walter tapped out after 22 minutes. And that was the best match you saw all weekend right there, and might be the best match of the year. Ilya Dragunov, your new NXT United Kingdom champion. Fucking tremendous. That was good. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly had to follow it, and I say they did the best they could, Matt. I thought it was well done. I thought it was still a damn good match with what they did. Obviously, the first fall was so damn short, but the street fight and the cage match was what it was all about. I thought they did pretty good following up with the greatest match of the night. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. Look, that's a really hard match to follow up on, and I felt like they did the best they could.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. I didn't catch this until the replay, but I was like, it was kind of genius. Adam Cole handcuffs Kyle O'Reilly, so then Kyle O'Reilly uses that to his advantage as leverage on that heel hook and making Adam Cole tap out. That was kind of cool. And then your main event of the night, Samoa Joe carrying Cross was probably might have been the worst match of the night. Maybe it was still a good match because that's how good TakeOver was. But I wouldn't put it up. I wouldn't put it above the women or Grimes and Knight. Would you?
No.
But it was a great moment to see Joe be the first 3-time NXT champion, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not arguing that. The match went exactly how I wanted it to go. I fucking wanted. I
was figuring he'd make Cross go to sleep. Instead, he won with a muscle buster. Even better, brought out a classic.
I'm very happy to see the muscle buster back.
Brought out a classic.
Very happy.
Brought out a classic. So Joe wins, first ever NXT 3-time champion. Some pyro goes off. The logo comes up. I was waiting for something to happen after the logo, but nothing happened after the logo. But it was a damn good TakeOver, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I thought the TakeOver was very, very good.
Well, that's going to do it for Lost in Midcard. Like I said, a short show. We're just going to cover the pay-per-view and, of course, the big Punk debut and on both Rampage and his debut on Dynamite tonight as well. What are your final thoughts on the whole shebang of everything here in the past week, Matt?
CM Punk stole the week, man.
He did. And he's the best in the world for a reason. He moves the needle, Roman. He moves the needle. Rampage had a nice showing in the viewership. And Punk's segment in particular, a very nice showing for a late Friday night primetime viewing slot. So it'll be interesting to see what Dynamite does in the viewership with Punk's debut here. But we'll talk about all that and much more next week. But for Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to Lost the Midcard. We'll catch you next time.